Hi friends, this is Ramna. Today I will show demo on how to load multiple worksheets in a single Excel workbook into the database tables using SSIS package. So there are some scenarios that we may get the raw files from single worksheet, but there are multiple worksheets you, from the client. So in that case, how to load all these things into the database tables. So you must make sure once that all the data types and structure of the data schema in the worksheet should be the same. If there is any difference, the sheets cannot load into the database tables. So here I have country workbook is there, Excel workbook. Here it contains three sheets. Each sheet contains some data, ID, name, and region, name of the country, and region for which continent it belongs to. This is the data I have. So there are around 18 or 19 records are there. I want to load all these data into the database table. I have one table called country underscore TBL. Currently there are no data. There is no data here. Table is empty. By using the SSIS package, we need to load all these data from the three different Excel worksheets into the table. So first, I need to take the for each loop container to load the multiple worksheets into the tables. Yeah, to configure, go to edit or double click. So here in collection, you have to see observe one thing. While loading the CSV files, multiple CSV files or anything, we have to select the uh, for each file enumerator. Now in this case, we have to select for each ADO.NET schema roset enumerator to load the multiple worksheets. So for that, you know, to get connection, new connection, I am showing from scratch level. Select new. There you find a provider name .NET providers slash SQL client dot data provider. If you click the drop down list here, you observe .NET providers for OLEDB. You have to expand this one and select Microsoft Office 12.0 Access Database Engine OLEDB provider. You click there. You have to submit or enter server or file name. So I am going to be provide file name details in the relevant field and selecting this file and paste it here. Afterwards, you go to all. In all, one extended properties is there under advanced. There you find Excel 12.0 colon semicolon HDR is equal to yes. HDR means header information. If you click there, succeed. Now click OK. OK. The schema you have to select the tables. Tables, go to set restrictions. There you find the schema restrictions here. Table underscore catalog, table underscore schema, table underscore name, and table underscore type. In our case, it is table underscore name because that is the sheet name. The index starts from 0, 0, 1, 2. In our case, we have to provide 2 uh, in the relevant column in variable mappings. If you go to variable mappings, you select the sheet name and if you you mention the 2, and afterwards there is no need to change here, everything is good. Okay, then so configuration for each loop container has been completed. Now we have to take the script task. Why we are taking the script task means whenever the sheet the data loaded into the while running the package, we want to get some message box that sheet 1 or sheet 2 or sheet 4 like that. For that, double click. It is only a read only variable. You have to select the variable name that we selected here, sheet name, string data type. Okay, and you edit the script for uh, for writing some .NET code. It will take some time. Excuse me. Make sure your username and sheet name, all these things. These values should provide in the .NET code. It is case sensitive. So even caps and small letters also, it will take a lot of time and it will throw some errors. So we need to write some single line .NET code in public class. Message box here dot show and open the bracket Dts dot variables within the double quote you have to mention the user colon then you have to provide the variable sheet name. Afterwards dot value dot to string. So this is the single line code. Uh, Whenever you want to write for a message box in the package. So even this is also you have to complete the code by semicolon. Otherwise, you will throw error compilation error will occur. Semicolon. Now save this, close it, and click OK. So configuration for a script task also completed. Now to check all these things, we have to run the package whether everything is for loop container and for each loop container or script task configuration is done perfectly or not. See here, sheet 1, sheet 3 and sheet 4. So message box will help like this way. Now we want to take our data flow task to extract the Excel source from the path. I'm dragging the data flow task into the for each loop container and get connected with the script task. Double click. Here you need to take the source ADO.NET source. Take ADO.NET source. Double click for configuration. I want to increase the font size. double click for configuration. So it's already selected the from Excel path, all these things. Now we want to select the table view. In the table or the name of the table or view, you have to select any of these sheets. Even though the workbook contains 3 sheets, even you have to take any of these sheets. I am taking the first sheet. Columns. If you go to the columns are everything is same. Okay. Then you have to take the afterwards. You have to take this one OLEDB destination. Get connected with configure. Select new. So my server name is admin and my database name is sample. I am okay. So in this case, you have to select the fast load. Excuse me. There you mention the table name. My table name is country underscore TBL, and go to the view existing. Currently there is no data. Mappings. If you go to the mappings, some difference is there. Name. Database tables is country name. In source table it's the region. In database table you have to region code. You have to map that. Okay. So still there are some errors. You have to check mappings again. Yeah. In source table in Excel source there is string type the data WSTR. Now we need to change the data STR. For that we use data conversion transformation. Data conversion to transformation. STR. So you want to check the length of the table. For name it is 50k, 50, and for region code it is 20. So you have to change the name length as 50 and the region code as 20. After that you click OK. And you have to current data conversion to the OLEDB destination. Click mappings. You have to map with copy of name and copy of region. Okay. So error is gone. So everything is perfect. Our package configuration is done. Now we have to do one more thing here. To iterate the sheet name, to iterate the data from 3 sheets, we have to change the one property in data flow task. Right click properties. Expressions is there. Expressions. Yeah. If you click the expressions and select the property here, relevant property. It is ADO.NET source tabular view name. If you select this property and click the expression, you have to drag the sheet name here and click OK. So if you forget this change the expression here, it will take only one sheet read every time whenever you run the package. So if you can, if you mention the sheet name like that, it will iterate. It will take first sheet one and second sheet and third sheet like that. If you do not take this, it will take only first sheet. So okay, now everything is ready. I am going to be run the package. Make sure once the table contains empty table now. I'm running the package. Oh, we need to give some validation. Delay validation. We need to make it as by default it is is false. You need to make it as true. Yeah. Sheet 1. First we got the message as sheet 1. Sheet 1. If we click the sheet 1, then it will again run for sheet 2. If you click and check the data here, in sheet 1 there are 8 records, it will display. Now if we again sheet 3, if you click it and check the database, then you find 13 records. So 8 plus 5. Now again you have to click the sheet 4. Then you will get complete records here. 17 records. So this is the way you have to load the data from multiple sheets. Now if I want to change the data or delete any one sheet or adding any other new sheet, what will happen? So I am creating new sheet here and paste the data, some few records in the new sheet. This is my new sheet. I'm taking 3 more records. Don't bother about the ID, all these things. Now my concentration is only on how to load the multiple worksheets into the tables. So earlier there is only 3 sheets. Now I am adding one more sheet and save it. If you run the package again, and again I am truncating the table. Truncate table country underscore TBL. Truncate spelling something. Yeah. So again data is not there in an empty table. If you run, while running the earlier it is 3 sheets, now I am adding the one more sheet with 3 different columns. If you run the package, you will get 4 sheets. So this is first sheet, this second sheet which I have newly added, this is third sheet and fourth sheet. So data contains around 20. Earlier it is 17, now it is 20 like this, 20. So otherwise, if you delete one sheet again from the workbook, so I am deleting the sheet 1. I am deleting the sheet 1. So 2, 3, 4. Only 3 sheets are there. Now I am saving the sheet and I am running the package. So sheet 2 sheet 3 and sheet 4. There is no sheet 1 here. So if you check the table, only 12 records are there. So this is how you have to load the data from multiple worksheets in a single workbook, Excel workbook, into the database tables. You have to take for each web container and take the source data flow edu.net source, and given the you have to submit the variable name, and for message box you have to write a single line .NET code. Afterwards, you run the package and make sure that you have to mm, make the delay validation from false to true, and also in expression you have to given the variable name. These are the steps you need to take before loading the table multiple worksheets into the database table. Thanks.